Welcome back. Welcome back. Again, this is the Whissel Weekend Show. Jason Hall, the co-host, filling in for my buddy Kyle. I'm just showing a picture. This had to be in the early 30s or 40s, but a picture of San Diego State, the very first development. And it's amazing that San Diego, especially Mission Valley area, my office is located, how much development's gone on. So, again, it used to be all river. And so when they started selling the river property, everybody laughed, like, that's not going to be worth anything. Like, you know, there's a flood that comes by all the time. Like, why would anybody want to buy? So they were selling, like, really cheap per acre. Like, I don't even know the price, but some ridiculous low price. And people thought it was crazy. My parents couldn't believe people were buying Mission Valley. And now you see the homes that are going up, the businesses, everything that's gone up. But that river still swells up when we have a lot of rain. And usually about every 7 years, there's a really, really bad rain. Yeah. And it really wake up call. But again, in studio with Jeremy with the Whissel Realty team and his special clients with Cali Life Company, Rafael and Nina. Why did you guys name it that way? And let's talk about the story of how you guys came up with wood sunglasses.
Well, Cali Life, it's actually one of the expressions that we had when we got here. Because it's a completely different lifestyle that you have, and just to think about the Christmas, there is no snow, and you live outside. Living in St. Louis, Missouri, it's just when it's hot, it's very hot. When it's cold, it's very cold. So you don't have an outside life, and we were enjoying everything and possibly could here. So it was just a common saying for us. It's just like, hey man, we're living Cali life. And when the time that the company came up and we had to pick a name, we didn't want to name after anybody in the team or anything like that. So we decided to name it after what we were saying so often, which is the Cali lifestyle. And we decided to add the company at the end just to make it formal,
right?
And identifiable. So it's been a big of a journey for us.
So when did you guys get started? When did you guys, let's talk about the history.
We started in 2015. Actually, it was the team was a different team that it's on in the company right now. But I was looking for a sunglass. San Diego has sun pretty much from the time that you wake up to the time.
Like at least 11 months a year, right?
Right. And I couldn't find sunglasses that I liked and that were reasonable priced and good quality. So I started talking to some people and found out that somebody could produce some sunglasses, and I decided to give it a shot. It was me and another friend at the time. Nina wasn't part of the company yet. But we started with a very, very small batch. It was about 50 sunglasses. Which we were way far from where we started initially, but we started with 50 and selling on Facebook. I think just contacting people and driving to people's,
businesses, houses, whatever you needed to do to show them your product, which again is a wooden sunglass. So why wood? Where does that come from? Jeremy's showing me his piece. I'm gonna actually look at this. So tell me. Go ahead, Nina.
So the wood comes from San Diego. Really has a very natural vibe to it. We wanted to use materials that were just different than what you'll see on every storefront, and to have something that was a little more environmentally friendly seemed like the right way to go with our target customers with San Diego. To be able to stand proud behind the product in this city, you do have to have a sort of environmental effect to the customer base. So we really wanted to choose materials that wouldn't have the same impact as traditional frames, and that's why we've chosen wood and bamboo and stone. And we also use a plant-based plastic called acetate, which is biodegradable, hypoallergenic, flexible enough for prescription. So there was also a lot of other benefits for the materials used, and they happen to be more popular with our customers.
I'm just amazed checking these out. Rafael keeps handing me pair after pair.
Check out his watch too. That thing's
Yeah,
pretty sweet.
I mean,
we do also the watch.
you guys do wood watches.
Yes.
Wow. So you're right. That is a different vibe and a different feel, and it definitely is kind of the Cali life, and properly named. Being a Southern California my whole life here in San Diego, to see these. I mean, I heard about them this week because Tom let me know, and Jeremy, you guys were coming on the show, and so I started checking stuff out, and this blows me away.
Thank
So
you.
how many of you guys selling now, like a day, week, month? Like, give me some numbers. I mean, you went from like selling 50, 4 years ago,
Right.
to like, what are we selling now?
I mean, we can sell upward of a couple hundred in a day, depending on our events. And we sell all over the world to our website, so we have different points of sale. I couldn't give you an exact number, but it's a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
each point of sale have a different amount of sales, exactly. And now we are heading towards the corporate events, which big companies that do conventions, product launches in San Diego or California area, we come up to their event, and we set up an entire tent to give them the gifting experience. So some events goes around 500-600 people per event, and we set up in different open markets for tourists that come from all over the world. So we also make sales on a website to everybody, to the United States and all over the world. So stores throughout San Diego as well.
All right. So I know you gave me some cards where I can get 40% off. If you're listening right now, how can people find you guys? How can they get a discount? What's it? Cali Life Co.com. I see that. What can we do?
The website is calilifeco.com, and when you go to checkout, you can enter the code WEB45.
So it's WEB45.
And you'll get 45% off. And we do offer free shipping options to minimize the cost.
Well, we appreciate you guys doing that. 45% off. So if you're listening right now, go on the website like I did, see some amazing sunglasses, and they're all made, like you said, wood, stone, different material right here that, is good for the world, right? Like, we've seen like plastic straws here in California. You're not even allowed to really, they can't offer them anymore. Like, you have to ask, right? And we've seen how that plastic can actually hurt, I'm trying to think of the words,
The
guys.
Great Pacific garbage patch. If you've ever seen pictures of that, it's like absolutely disgusting.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's
and so to use stuff
scary.
that's natural,
It's biodegradable.
I mean, if you ever get tired of these, if you lose these somewhere, guess what? It's not going to harm anything.
Right.
And the way we source as well, because our sunglasses, they have the UV 400 protection and the polarized, they are controlled by FDA. So because of that, we have to have certain certifications to have the wood come into the country. And they only allow us to import wood that comes from sustainable certified farms. So that's when it gets a little complicated to supply and produce, because we have to outsource all over the world.
Right. To fit the FDA guidelines.
Exactly.
No, I hear you on that. Well, that's amazing, man. I mean, all right. So what else is going on with the company? I mean, you guys how fast you guys have grown. How have you guys controlled the growth and dealt with growth, right?
Let's put it like this. We started the company with $800. Last year, we closed with $400,000 in sales.
Wow. Congratulations.
Damn.
49.
49 it is.
49. Yeah.
That deserves an applause for sure.
Yeah. So $800, you guys started. Entrepreneurs wanted to start your own
2015.
business, 2015. And the end of 2018, you had $400,000 in sales all across the world. But you guys are based right here in San Diego.
Yes.
Right here.
And, not only Cali Life Company, the name of your company, but I see the California Bear on some of your product here that I'm seeing. I don't know if it's on everyone, but I definitely saw it on a few. And that's just kind of a cool, vibe. And being a San Diego guy, I lost the Chargers. And like I've told this every time on the radio, I just wish the owners, the Spanos family, would have said, hey, we're going to become the California Chargers, the Golden State Chargers, the Cali Chargers, SoCal Chargers, anything but the LA Chargers. Because us that live in San Diego, we can't I can't root for the LA Chargers. I love the players, but I can't root for any company that pulls away from San Diego and totally remarkets their name, where if they would have done something like you guys and went Cali, right, would have gone California, like all of us would have been still fans.
Some of us still are.
Okay, there's some out there. There's some out there.
Some of us can't shake it that easily.
Yeah, it's hard when you're born and raised, right?
It is, yeah. Grew up watching them with my family.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Jeremy, how'd you meet Rafael and Nina?
That's an awesome story. They were looking in the window. They walked by. They went and got some. Were you guys eating at Omelet Factory? Is that what you guys were doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were
at the Santee office. So the Santee Whissel office is right next to Omelet Factory and Starbucks, right on Magnolia, and right above Mission Gorge.
Yep.
To give people an idea where.
Exactly. And they were having lunch at the Omelet Factory and just happened to be walking by, just checked something out in the window, and I just popped out and started talking to them.
Yeah. You know what? It's amazing, when you're in sales, you respect the fact that he popped out and just said, hey, how you guys doing? You guys looking? Is there anything I can help? And bang, that's how you guys met.
Yeah.
And you never know by just talking to people who you might meet. Yeah. Right? That's the big advice I tell everybody in sales, but just everybody in life. Reach out, meet people. You never know when you're in an elevator, when you're walking, that person's near you for some reason. Right? And so that's my big takeaway to people. Reach out, meet people. Just don't be in your own little world. You'll be amazed, like Jeremy was, by meeting Nina and Rafael, Cali Life Company. We're going to hit a break. When we come back, we're going to a little bit more on that. We'll see if you guys actually found any real estate, what you're thinking about, because we did talk about that opening up, how prices are crazy in San Diego compared to Wisconsin and Missouri. But again, you're listening to AM 1170 The Answer, and this is Whissel Weekends. We'll be right back.